An OU student killed in Norman. Governor Mary Fallin takes action against sexual assault. And the president's border wall could cause a government shutdown. This is OU Nightly. The quiet of a southeast Norman neighborhood was broken by gunfire last night.
And the violence resulted in an OU student being killed.
OU Nightly's Reagan Ledbetter has the very latest from the scene. Reagan?
Yeah, guys, I'm here at the Willowbrook apartment complex off East Lindsay Street. This is where last night, just before 11, an OU student, Nathaniel Ewing, was shot and killed. I spoke with Norman PD's Sarah Jensen earlier today about what happened.
He was in his vehicle with another individual in the parking lot when they were approached by two black males. We believe a robbery ensued at that point. During that incident, 2 shots were fired. 1 shot hit Ewing in the stomach. The other individual that was there with Ewing, we believe a friend of Ewing's, ran from the scene and hid nearby for his own safety. He was not injured during the incident.
The incident occurred in the southeast part of Norman, an area that has a reputation for being a more dangerous part of the city. After looking at their call volume, Jensen confirmed that the crime rate in this area is not any higher nor lower than anywhere else in Norman.
But not at this point, we don't have any identifying factors that make this stand out or make it comparable to any other incident. As far as that relationship between these 2 suspects and the 2 individuals in the car, all of that's still under investigation, and we're hoping as we're able to identify the 2 suspects and speak with them and speak with witnesses, that we're able to better clarify that picture of exactly what occurred and why they were there.
It has been confirmed that Ewing was not a resident of the apartment complex where he was shot. Norman PD has said they have identified a person of interest, but the suspects are currently still on the loose. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Reagan. Well, OU President David Boren says Norman police are keeping the university informed as the investigation continues. Boren issued a statement expressing his sorrow over the loss of an OU family member and said, quote, "Our sympathy and prayers go out to the students, family, and loved ones during this very difficult time," unquote.
And Governor Mary Fallin has announced the formation of a task force for sexual assault forensic evidence. Senate Bill 654, which sought to create the task force, inspired Fallin's executive order to create the program. Currently, Oklahoma does not mandate testing rape kits, and officials estimate that only a quarter of rape kits end up being tested. Each task force member was appointed by Fallin herself.
Cybersecurity has surfaced as a hot-button topic across the country, and just last week, experts gathered at the University of Central Oklahoma for the National Summit on Homeland Security to discuss the matter. During the event, experts said businesses that keep confidential records must be prepared for the possibility of data breaches.
And the list of candidates for the 2018 race for governor keeps growing. Republican Tulsa attorney Gary Richardson has tossed his hat in the ring. Richardson ran in 2002 as an independent. This upcoming election has focuses include detailed audit of every state agency. Richardson joins a list of coveted Oklahomans, including Lieutenant Governor Todd Lamb and Minority House Leader Scott Inman.
A judge has sentenced the former executive director of an Oklahoma charity to 10 months in prison for embezzling more than $55,000 from that charity. Tracy Lore Owens embezzled that money from the Canadian County Court Appointed Specials Advocates, a charity for abused and neglected children. On top of her sentence, Owens must pay back what she took from the charity and will be on probation for 3 years after she is released from prison. Well, it's so nice outside.
It is. I mean, it's really weird because this weekend, it was cloudy and rainy. So, Grant, what does the rest of the week look like?
Well, later, but right now we're sitting at 75. The same goes for Oklahoma City. A couple degrees warmer up in Enid, and with these warm temperatures and some strong and gusty winds, 17 miles per hour is what the wind is sustained at right now in Norman. 21 up in Oklahoma City, out of the south. So that's what's helping to bring in these warmer conditions. Now, in Maine weather, I'll show you how hot we'll get.
Sorry about those technical difficulties. Thanks, Grant. We'll be back for you later. Well, President Donald Trump's wall is back in the headlines.
And Abby Green is in the news center with the details. Abby?
President Trump and White House officials are pressing Congress to come up with the money to pay for the wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. Trump and his congressional supporters are threatening to shut down the government unless Democrats go along with the funding plan. If they don't, Trump threatens to stop funding Obamacare. Much of the world breathes a collective sigh of relief over the results of the French national election. France is having a runoff for president between an independent candidate along with a woman called the Trump of France. Many feared conservative nationalist Marine Le Pen might win the election for president. Instead, independent moderate Emmanuel Macron and Le Pen are still neck and neck, with a few more votes still to be counted. A recent rampage by a Taliban squad of 10 militants has left at least 140 soldiers and officers dead. The U.S. military says Russia gave the militants the weapons used in the attack, and the attack is the single deadliest on an Afghan military base in the country's 16-year war. And Joe and Anna, U.S. astronaut Peggy Whitson has broken the record for the longest total time in space by an American, 534 days.
That's incredible. Thanks, Abby.
Well, still ahead on OU Nightly, a snapshot of the effectiveness of an Oklahoma education.
Plus, art and science collide in Norman.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. While Oklahoma is behind in the college-age educated workforce, Oklahoma ranks near the bottom in the percentage of adults who have an associate degree or higher compared to other states. As Oklahoma improves in the area, so does the nation as a whole. So Oklahoma's overall percentages haven't changed much.
Well, I think it'll take higher rates of investment in higher education, and it'll certainly take programs and efforts towards college completion are important. And there's a huge share of the workforce who have some college, but no degree.
The state appropriation for higher education was cut last year, but budget negotiations and conversations are ongoing at the Capitol.
A recent study shows the Cherokee Nation directly impacts Oklahoma's economy to the tune of $2 million. Economist Russell Evans said the tribe offers nearly 18,000 jobs in northeast Oklahoma alone. These studies are commissioned by the tribe and have been conducted every 2 years since 2010.
As Oklahoma enters storm season, the State Department of Health is looking for volunteers to join the Oklahoma Medical Reserve Corps. The OKMRC is a statewide system that identifies, trains, and organizes medical and public health professionals to respond in the case of a disaster, whether natural or man-made. Right now, there are more than 5,000 volunteers throughout the state. While many of the volunteers are trained medically, it's not a requirement for volunteers to have a medical background. To become a volunteer, visit www.okmrc.org.
And the end of the school year means leftover meal points for OU students. Instead of splurging so they don't go to waste, OU has come up with a program to help support the school's food pantry. Swipe to Share is a student organization that allows students to purchase non-perishable items and donate them to help keep the food pantry stocked for the coming year. So far, about $1,300 in goods has been collected.
Norman residents showed up in force Sunday to support the Earth. On a beautiful day, these Earthlings were treated to games, live music, and lessons about environmental safety. Although the event was full of fun, organizers hope that the people took away an important message.
I hope they learned that it's important to take care of the environment. There's a lot of small things they can do, that everybody counts. Everything you do really makes a difference.
And also every year, the OU Botany Club sows seeds to be sold at their annual plant sale on the OU campus. OU Nightly's Grant Tosterud shows us how this year's plant sale went.
Even on a gloomy spring Oklahoma day, this year's OU Botany Club's annual plant sale is in full bloom.
So this all preparation has been happening probably starting last semester actually. So this is like our big event we do every year.
Students can come and purchase different species of plants, including cacti, cilantro, basil, and even pomegranates, to name a few.
You know, the greenhouse is right here. People walk by it every day and don't even get the opportunity to see what we have to offer, what we have. So this is kind of the opportunity for people to see the plants that we have here at OU in our department.
Despite the weather, these green thumbs lined up to come pick out their new potted plants.
We have a really good house, my roommate and I, with a lot of sun. So we're just getting some stuff. I killed my succulents, so starting over there.
The OU plant sale is an affordable way for students to purchase plants for their home or fresh herbs to go with dinner. Grant Tosterud, OU Nightly.
Yesterday, the National Weather Center hosted its third biannual art show. Every piece in the gallery related to weather in some way. Paintings and photos were submitted from 46 states and countries like Japan and Italy. The artist who best captured the relationship between weather and art stormed out with a grand prize of $10,000.
Artists look at the sky, they look at the ocean, they look at the land, and there are messages there. And artists see that. We as mathematicians and scientists, we do it one way, they do it another.
And still ahead on OU Nightly, another weekend, another national championship.
Plus, Grant Tosterud is up next with all you need to know about storms in your future.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. I'm Grant Tosterud. Well, it really turned out to be a beautiful day here in Norman. Look at no clouds out there, although if you did step outside, you do know it's windy. Sustained winds at 21 miles per hour out there right now, gusting to as high as 30, but 75 degrees outside. Can't complain with that. And as you can see from satellite here, clear across the whole state today. Just a few clouds out at the panhandle, but dry air here in central Oklahoma. And so as they move in, they'll just disappear and will remain clear through most of tonight. But let's take a look at future radar and let's see what happens through the overnight and later into this week. So a center of low pressure will develop here in the lee side of the Rockies, and that will move off to our north and east. A cold front will form along this though, and behind this will be much colder temperatures. Ahead of this, though, will be strong southerly winds, bringing in moist air tomorrow, and warmer temperatures will be approaching 90 degrees in some parts of the state tomorrow. But as we go through the day and into the overnight, by 10 o'clock tomorrow night, that's when we'll see this cold front move here into Norman. Along that, we'll expect much colder temperatures behind it and some cloudier conditions as well. And that's when we'll see our high temperature for Wednesday as well, as right at midnight when that cold front moves through. And by early tomorrow or Wednesday morning, a few rain showers could pop up behind it as well. So we can't rule out a sprinkle here or two really throughout the day on Wednesday as well. And some few clouds will move through, and then this is the next storm system we're watching. The center of low pressure that develops out here is going to move into here for Thursday and Friday, and that's what's going to give us a setup for a chance for severe weather on Friday. Now, this is still a ways out, but it's something we're monitoring very closely because this could potentially be a significant weather event. But like I said, it's still a few days out, so a lot can change. But right now, a few tornadoes are possible. We can't rule those out. Some damaging hail and damaging winds as well, especially in this orange shaded area here in central and southern Oklahoma. This does include Norman and Oklahoma City, so we'll keep that up to date for you guys. Just pay attention here. Now tonight, 8 p.m., 68 degrees, 74 by 10, 62 by midnight, so a beautiful night in store. A little bit on the windy sides though. 59 is what we'll bottom out at here in Norman. Also that in Oklahoma City. As you head out the door tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., back up to 62, mid 70s by noon, and 86 by 5 p.m. But that's going to come with some gusty southerly winds as well. 88 is what we'll get at here in Oklahoma City. In Norman, it's 87 in Oklahoma City, 85 in Enid, but breaking 90 degrees down in Lawton. 92 is what we'll get to, almost breaking 90 down in Ardmore. Now look at this 7-day. It's a busy next week. 88 tomorrow, there's that warm day. Then that cold front moves through Tuesday into Wednesday, really dropping temperatures, so a much colder Wednesday in store. So be sure to wear that jacket all day. We can't rule out a few sprinkles as well. Temperatures gradually warm up for Thursday and Friday. There's that chance of severe weather. Be sure to watch out for that. We will keep you guys updated. And then slightly cooler again for Saturday, and another cold front comes through Saturday into Sunday, dropping temperatures to 60 degrees for a high only on Sunday.
Wow. All right, so look out for that severe weather. Everybody stay safe.
We'll keep you updated.
Absolutely. Great. Thank you, Grant.
You bet.
Well, still ahead on OU Nightly, Shiloh Sellers has OU softball.
Plus, another tough loss for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Welcome back to back NCAA champs. Men's gymnastics did it again, bringing home their third consecutive national title. OU entered the competition going undefeated in the regular season and finished Saturday with a score of 431, making them #1 yet again. This ring marks the 11th NCAA title for head coach Mark Williams. And if you want some more men's gymnastics, you can check out Sooner Sports Pad tonight. Team captains Josh Yee and Colin Van Wicklen will be joining us along with the story of head coach Mark Williams. And don't forget about viral videos. All of this tonight airing live at 7:30 on Fox College Sports Central and at 11 on Fox Sports Oklahoma. And another reigning champ, OU softball, took 2 of 3 games against Baylor this weekend. Sophomore Fale of U hit a 2-run walk-off double in the bottom of the 10th inning during the first game of the series to extend the Sooners' win streak to 17. Baylor got the best of the Sooners in Game 2 with a 4-3 win, breaking that streak. But for Game 3, the Sooners bounced back. Paige Parker pitched a shutout. Sooners won 6-0 to take the series.
This was a championship mindset team today, and this is the first time I've said that in a while. But this was a team that was fighting to win, and they did it as a team, and that's what we've been waiting for.
The losing streak is finally over. OU baseball took Sunday's match in a close 1-7-6 against the Kansas Jayhawks. Steele Walker had a shot to center to clinch the win, along with David Perez, who came out of the bullpen to pitch 5 innings, only allowing 2 runs on 3 hits and striking out 6. The Sooners, however, did lose the series as they dropped the first 2 games to the Jayhawks. OU will take on Arlington Mavericks Tuesday at 6:30 in hopes of starting a winning streak.
So close as a team, you know what I'm saying? In times where it's struggling, you know, you can kind of feel the fans and the community kind of not really supporting you as much. You know, that's when you just become closer with each other. And like I said before today, you know, it's huge to get this win. You know, trying to, you know, been in this rut, been in this tough time, but you know, we're gonna try to come out of it right now.
And the number 17 OU men's tennis team capped off its regular season in style on Saturday with a 4-0 sweep of number 5 Oklahoma State on Senior Day. But the match will not be the last at home for OU's 3 seniors, as OU will host the Big 12 tournament from April 27th through the 29th. And the Thunder came up short against Houston on Sunday. Russell Westbrook was hot once again, adding yet another triple-double to an already record-breaking season. He ended the night with 14 assists, 14 rebounds, and a game-high of 35 points. Meanwhile, James Harden had an off night, only going 5 for 16. It was Nene who led the Rockets, going a perfect 12 for 12 from the field for 28 points. In the final seconds, Thunder down 1. Nene gets ahead of the field, gets the bucket and the foul. Rockets take 3-1 playoff lead back to Houston. And Pittsburgh Steelers running back Le'Veon Bell, Juice, released his first music video for his song, Machine. Bell has joined the long list of pro athletes turned musician. He may not be Kendrick Lamar or even Damian Lillard, but he recently dropped his album Post-Interview, and it reached top 10 on the iTunes charts. The video is nearing 40,000 views. Wow.
I'ma make them stop today. Wow. And make the money compensate, cause I'm ballin'. Like I play for Golden State. Ain't no need to contemplate. Let my girl shop today. She ain't gotta stop today, cause my pockets, man, they getting out of shape. I done made me a lot today. I done met me a lot of fakes. And they all got a lot to say, and I'm fresh. Someone go to college.
He was even repping his Pittsburgh Steelers in that video.
Business was definitely booming in that video right there. He can use that for his own ads. So
that's great. Thanks, Shiloh. Well, still to come on OU Nightly, OU's President Art Week continues.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song.
I'm Nicole Nielsen at the Update Desk. In Tulsa, former Oklahoma District Attorney Tim Harris says he's running for Congress. He's a Republican and is after the first congressional district seat held by Representative Jim Bridenstine. And authorities in eastern Oklahoma are searching for the missing parents of a 6-year-old boy who died after their boat capsized in the Arkansas River. That's it for now. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Nicole. It's one of the great things about being here at OU. The OU Symphony and Concert Band will perform at 8 p.m. tonight at Sharp Concert Hall as part of President's Art Week. The event kicked off last night and features other musical acts and performances throughout the week. For more information, visit ou.edu/finearts or call the OU Fine Arts box office.
Wow, that's great. I love the OU Symphony Band. It's so wonderful. I can't wait to
anything there. Yeah.
Too bad it'll be such a nice night out, though.
Yeah, you take one last look at weather?
Yeah, warm day in store for tomorrow. 88 is our high. Then a cold front's going to come through, really dropping temperatures for Wednesday. A high of only 54. Then a chance for severe weather on Friday, guys. We'll be watching that for you, and we'll be keeping you updated on that throughout the week.
Great. Thank you.
You bet.
Well, thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
That's all the time we have today. We'll see you back here tomorrow night, live at 4:30, and we leave you with some of the great music from the OU Symphony. Enjoy.
Have a great evening.
Good night.